Sharon Radio, delivering trusted business and financial intelligence. Welcome to Sharon Business Radio, the voice of the economy. I am Billy Nwogu. On August 5th, 2026, the NASD over-the-counter OTC Securities Exchange recorded a positive outing on Tuesday, August 4, advancing by 0.89% and renewed investor interest in unlisted equities. Market capitalization increased by 24.07 billion naira to close at 2.739 trillion naira, up from 2.715 trillion naira recorded in the previous session. Similarly, the NASD Security Index NSI rose by 40.11 points to settle at 4,563.96 points compared with 4,523.85 points on Monday. Market activity closed with 3 gainers and 2 losers. Central Security Clearing System (CSCS) PSC led the gainers chart, appreciating by 7 naira 80 kobo to close at 119 naira 80 kobo per unit from 112 naira. Afriland Properties PLC gained 1 naira 27 kobo to settle at 23 naira 95 kobo per share, while Nitrox Industrial Games PLC rose by 1,015 kobo to close at 21,015 kobo per unit. On the losers table, Freshland Campina Wamco Nigerian PLC declined by 8,000 naira 64 kobo to close at 144 naira per share from 152 naira 64 kobo, while 11 PLC dipped marginally by 1 kobo to end at 225 naira per unit. Trading performance showed mixed outcomes as volume increased by 9.0% to 1.6 million units from 1.5 million units, and the number of deals rose by 6.5% to 33 trades. However, the total value of transactions dropped by 26.9% to 47.6 million naira, down from 65.2 million naira. On the year-to-date basis, Great Nigeria Insurance (GNI) PLC remains the most traded stock by volume with 3.4 billion units valued at 8.4 billion naira. It followed by Infrastructure Credit Guarantee InfraCredit PLC with 2.3 billion units worth 6.5 billion naira, and Resourcery PLC with 1.1 billion units valued at 415.7 million naira. By value, GNI PLC also leads, followed by InfraCredit PLC and CSCS PLC. On global markets, in East Africa, the Nairobi Securities Exchange is set to launch the region's first artificial intelligence-focused exchange-traded fund (ETF) before the end of the year. The initiative is aimed at giving local investors easier access to AI-related investments, with global tech giants such as Microsoft, Anthropic, and OpenAI expected to serve as reference benchmarks. Meanwhile, sentiment across Asian markets remains positive. Thailand's stock market is projected to trend sideways to positive, supported by strong performance on Wall Street, where the Dow Jones and S&P 500 indices recently hit record highs. Improved geopolitical signals, particularly ongoing negotiations involving the Strait of Hormuz, have contributed to easing oil prices and declining bond yields, further boosting investor confidence. Analysts at Krunta Expring Securities project resistance levels for Thailand's set index at 1,630 to 1,635 points, with support seen between 1,605 and 1,610 points. Similarly, Dow Securities expects continued recovery driven by improved global risk appetite, especially from U.S. investors. At the close of trading on Tuesday, Thailand's set index declined slightly by 0.29% to settle at 1,617.13 points, with a total market turnover of 77.75 billion pence. And that's all we have on Sharon Business Radio. For more updates on business, finance, and economy, follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sharon Business Radio. I am Billy Unwogu. Thanks for listening.